Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the July 8th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment and flip this over. The question is, how does relief from my shortcomings free me to live more fully today? And the passage talks about the connection between living with alcoholism and being in prison. Then it talks about step 7, which is humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. This person worked step 7 with their sponsor, and they came to realize that their own shortcomings were like prison bars. And they mentioned self-righteousness, people-pleasing, and not speaking up for themselves. It's like a self-imposed prison. And the person finishes the passage by saying their higher power can help them to change their ways. Today's reminder: we don't have to serve a life sentence with alcoholism. We rehabilitate ourselves every time we use our program. And the quote is from Survival to Recovery. Al-Anon gives us the tools to live our lives with freedom in the present moment. That's beautiful. How does relief from my shortcomings free me to live more fully today? Well, oh gosh, without my shortcomings, so many things would open up for me. And I like the choice of self-righteousness, people-pleasing, and not speaking up, because it applies to me too. And I guess awareness, acceptance, action, being aware of it every time I do it, every time I engage in one of those. If I behave self-righteously, if I am trying to people please, if I'm not speaking up for myself, when I'm in that moment and I become aware that I'm doing that which does no longer serve me, that which no longer serves me, I can accept, okay, I see it, it's happening, and then take an action that maybe I would not have taken before, understanding that it didn't serve me. So that's a big change. And I'd like to think that that change has been happening for many years since I started coming to Al-Anon. Maybe even a few years before that when I was in therapy. But it really all came together in Al-Anon. Probably because I was definitely I definitely had desperate times when I was in therapy, which is what brought me to therapy. But um, when I got to Al-Anon, I really thought that I might lose my son to drug addiction, um, and that felt like the biggest challenge I had ever faced. And so working my Al-Anon program helped me get through that time, and also made me realize that there are so many things for the rest of my life that I can work on to improve my life, which is very freeing and helps me live more fully. I love how that all tied together. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and look this over. Ah, beautiful. This passage is about the slogan "one day at a time." Yeah, this person is describing climbing trees as a child, lying on their back, looking at the clouds, um, observing that nature doesn't seem to worry about anything. They mention trees, water, butterflies, saying that nature doesn't engage in the unproductive practices of prying into other people's business. This person says that nature just goes on living, and it ends with that they can do the same. We can all do the same. Today's reminder: we live in a world full of wonders, and they contain gentle wisdom. And the quote is from Khalil Gibran. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Gibran. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to paraphrase this. It's beautiful. It's talking about how the secret of the sea is contained in a single dewdrop. Hmm. Beautiful. So I just feel like this is sage advice, suggestions. I know Al-Anon is such a gentle program and it just gives us suggestions, but it's a beautiful reminder to for me to focus one day at a time on my life and on the beautiful, beautiful things. So many beautiful, just so intensely, incredibly beautiful things. And just to allow myself to be in awe of that right here and right now. I love that. It's like giving me permission. Not that I need permission, but when I read things like this, it's like, no, that's the goal. Not only do I have permission, that's what I should be doing. Even though Al-Anon never says should, could, would. I love that slogan, never should on yourself. Have you heard that? It's hilarious. I heard that in the Al-Anon. Never should on yourself. Okay. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know where my mind was. I was just talking without even thinking. I'm going to say it again. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, Courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.